So I've made countless videos on what I think is going to come to Rust Console in terms of updates within the future and what is going to come in the future for Rust Console. However, I haven't really touched upon updates that won't be coming anytime soon. That I've seen from the comment section, you guys feel like they could be coming soon, and for that case, it just isn't true. First and foremost, however, I did get some more images that literally just backs up that we're going to be getting underwater labs for the next up and coming big Rust Console update, which will be dropping in around May time. It's a viewer that they can obviously let themselves know who they are in the comment section, and I will pin their comment. But thank you to whoever this is just supplying me with these images. I do appreciate it. So yeah, I mean, if you don't think underwater labs are coming, then it's fair enough because it's not confirmed. However, it's everything but confirmed at this point, let's be honest. Getting into the juice of the video, the things that I don't think are going to be coming anytime soon for Rust Console and the evidence to back my theories or ideas up for this. Number one, let's just get the elephant out of the room. We're not going to be getting Helis or scrap Helis anytime soon. People in the comment section of my TikTok, because my video blew up, it's got like 100,000 views. And recently I just hit 50,000, so going off on a tangent here, thank you for that. I do appreciate the support. 50,000 is a huge number that I do not take, you know, for granted in any sense of the imagination. So well and truly, thank you for that. There's so many comments within that update video where people are saying, we need Helis, we need them now. You know, the game's going to be dead if we don't get them. I'm sorry, I've already covered it in a prior video to this. Is that people are just going to fly around for about 2-3 weeks and that's it. They're going to kind of get bored with the game, because it's like every other update. People play the game so hard for the next 2 to 3 weeks and then they're kind of bored of it. You know, that's kind of just how Rust Console goes. However, I do agree that I think there are some things that need to be ironed out within this game to do with FPS, a better FPS, and, you know, not having as much as FPS drop that we do have right now. And just a better performance all around for the game. Like everyone's saying, why are you adding more updates when we want the game to run better than it is right now? Like, you know, we need some type of update where the game just runs better, which I do agree with. So why do people think that minis and scrap helis are going to come to the game? It's a totally different kettle of fish, because it's air transportation. We don't have that. If we are going to get any like air transportation, I would have thought it'd be air balloons, because I'm pretty sure that's less of a demand than what minis and scrap helis are when it comes to Rust Console and optimizing on both generations. Again, old gen for, you know, air transportation and, you know, demanding that much off the console, I can't see it happening. And, you know, this is backed up by in prior videos where, you know, one of us have asked Pedro, what are the limitations like that old gen opposing to Helis and scrap Helis coming to the game? Like, what's happening? And he simply replied saying, you know, there's definitely some limitations with old gen, and there'll be some fixes that need to happen before, you know, it even comes to PTB for the public to play on. So number one, old gen. Number two, the community manager doesn't sound like he has much faith in Helis coming at this moment in time because of how much of a demand it is. And number three, we don't need them. Again, it feels like it's just an update where people are crying for crying's sake of having an update. They're bored already of mill tunnels, so they want, you know, scrap helis and minicopters. I don't see the point. We have 3.5 km maps. For one, that's too small for air transportation. And a lot of people were saying, oh yeah, but it's used to go to oil rig. Yeah, that's not a good enough reason to bring an air transportation system into the game to just go to rig. I'm sorry, you're gonna need more of a reasoning than that. Most of the time when I play PC, people go on top of each other's bases to raid top down. There's gonna be 100 times more offlining. Offlining will probably be easier, but it's just not needed. I'd rather have cars come to the game before minis and scrap helis, and already I've been told cars really haven't been tested within Rust Console. So what people think helis and scrap helis are going to be tested, you're smoking something that I do not want. So that's out the picture. I just want to make it concrete, crystal clear, this is not coming within the game in 2024. If it does, I've made a whole video about why it isn't coming, so I'm going to look like the biggest fool on the internet or in the community for saying this won't happen, and D11 are probably led laughing in their chairs thinking what an absolute. So yeah, I don't think they're going to come anytime soon. And as I mentioned, cars I don't think are going to be coming anytime soon. I could be wrong, because obviously if we look, you know, really deep into, if we want to cope, looking deep into what Pedro said, he's not aware does not mean that, you know, the dev team might have already tried it. I do think cars are somewhat needed within 3.5k maps if they're going to add Junkyard, the monument, because Junkyard is just going to go hand in hand. It's already been tested and it's going through the similar pattern of how Power Plant was kind of introduced to the game, so that I can see coming. Another one, Rust Plus. Rust Plus basically allows your phone to be blown up by this app that, you know, shows when your base has been hit and basically anything surrounding the game. It also tracks where you are in the game. And if I'm correct in saying that it wasn't actually Facepunch that created this app, this was a third part. I don't know whether they partnered up with someone to make this app or a customer or player of Rust made this app. I mean, kudos to them if they did. It's a good app, really good. When I play PC, very handy. I've also, you know, brought this idea forward to Pedro. Double 11 are also aware of this because a lot of people have asked for it. I don't think it's going to be coming anytime soon. This was backed up by what Pedro said. However, we can dream. We can dream. I just don't see it coming anytime soon. But that would be really cool to see. And to be fair, I do think it can be possible if a player or a group of like coders can make it. But they would have to do something with the Archon, which I'm pretty sure like G-Portal are kind of against it. They're against third parties coming in and affecting the way you play Rust, which is kind of stupid in itself because that's what makes community servers unique and apart from vanilla servers. So when you go on vanilla, you have that experience, and then when you go over to community, you have a completely different experience. So you can just, you know, balance between the two of how you want to play the game. So I think on that front, G-Portal are a bit whack for doing that. This next one is regarding skins. Now, we all look to PC, and PC have 100 times better skins, in my opinion. You know, I think it's kind of obvious as well with the graphics. The graphics definitely help how the skin appears, both in-game and in the store. However, we're not going to see kits within PC come to console. We'll see the own version of the 11, you know, their design of it, because when we ask for a whiteout, it's not exactly the same as the PC whiteout. Again, Pedro has shared messages with me regarding this matter saying, you know, we have our own designs. We can't copy basically what Facepunch have done because I'm pretty sure there's legal issues there and copyright issues. So they're making their own skins for now, which leads me to the point of the Arctic Hazmat. We're not going to be seeing the Arctic Hazmat that you watch and see or play on within the PC version of Rust. We're not going to see that carbon copy come to console. We're going to see D11's own design, which I think is nice. It's different and, you know, it brings a part from console to PC. And I think that, you know, more of the differences within console and PC should be highlighted. I think D11 should take advantage of making stuff that's tailored towards console that you're not going to see within PC, or things that the PC community really want but they're not getting, or they're not getting back, such as the old Recoil and FOV. And, you know, the console could take advantage of that and make, let's say, 120 FOV where it's zoomed out, because the new stock AK, really cool, but you can't even see the stock in the first place, so it makes no difference. A new Recoil is something people have been crying for since, I would say, over a year ago. And this is something I'm yet to actually ask Pedro, and might be something I ask in the future. However, I don't think we're going to be getting a new Recoil anytime soon. If they say they're working on this anti-cheat, and that is true that they're saying this, then I think they'll keep the Recoil as it is to gain more data towards this anti-cheat that they're going to implement for Rust Console. When this comes, I do not know. Hopefully not another year, because I don't think I could take another year of getting absolutely slammed by people controlling shit on their hand rather than a thumb. The last thing I have for you today that I don't think will be coming to Rust Console anytime soon is a new gambling system. Now, for the test of time, gambling within console games such as Microsoft and Sony based products, they have been trying to steer away from gambling and making it family friendly. Now, if we look at the rating of Rust Console, it's not anything above a 13 or anything like that nature. Anyone can play the game, there is no real age limit, which presents as to why we can't have such things as a gambling system, because when you start them young, it will bring them into, you know, the real world of gambling where real money is involved rather than scrap. However, you can go over to PC and play that over there. I don't see gambling becoming a thing anytime soon within this game. I mean, hell, the 11 could switch the script up and make it as if that, you know, there is a gambling system there, whether it's in Outpost or another one in Bandit. I know a lot of people want to play poker or blackjack. Would be kind of cool and funny. However, I kind of see as to why they are not doing it or haven't done it already, if that's the case, that they don't want to go against the terms of service within Microsoft and Sony. But that's all I've got for you in terms of updates through the information that I know of as to why, you know, I don't think these will be coming anytime soon in terms of updates. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm wrong with some of these updates, or do you for the most part agree with what I'm saying in this video? As always, thank you for your support. As I mentioned, 50,000 followers is crazy, and as well, CNQR Warfare server on community servers is absolutely popping at this moment in time. We have Nuketown, and we have a King of the Hill event that we do run, as well as taking Brad for you to just PvP and have a bit of fun. So join that up at your own leisure. The link is in the description, as well as my Twitter and TikTok. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.